Hello and welcome. In this video, I want to share an insight that fundamentally changes how decisions are made and why lasting change often feels so difficult. What you are about to hear isn't about motivation or willpower. It's about identity and how the way you see yourself quietly shapes every choice you make. The identity, which is also known as self-image, is the invisible script running beneath every choice you make. Most people believe they make decisions logically, evaluating pros and cons and weighing their options. But the truth is, the root of every choice is much deeper. Decisions come from identity. Who you believe you are determines what you choose automatically and often unconsciously. You don't wake up every day and decide from scratch how to act, what to say or what to pursue. Instead, you act according to the version of yourself you see as normal, the person you've always been or aspire to be. This is why two people can face the same situation and make completely different choices. One takes immediate action while the other hesitates or retreats. It's not because one is smarter or has better opportunities. The difference is identity. Our internal sense of self is the system guiding us, running quietly in the background. It answers questions before we consciously ask them. What kind of a person am I? What do people like me do in situations like this? What feels natural and what feels impossible? If your identity says, I'm not the kind of a person who takes risks, then no amount of external motivation will override that. You might desire change, you might even understand what needs to be done, but your decisions will always return to who you believe you are. This is why decision alone isn't enough, and yet why decision is still powerful. A decision is the spark that begins change, but it's identity that sustains it over time. Often when someone says, I decided to change but I went back, what really happened is this: that behavior tried to move forward, but their identity pulled them back. Identity always wins. People don't self-sabotage because they are broken or weak. They're only acting in ways that are consistent with who they think they are. This is the hidden force that causes us to repeat old habits even when we desperately want to break free. But here's the shift most people miss. You don't change identity by repeating affirmations or wishful thinking. You change identity through evidence. Every time you act differently, even in small, almost unnoticeable ways, you give your mind new proof. Proof that says, maybe I'm the kind of a person who follows through. Maybe I'm the kind of a person who speaks up. Maybe I'm the kind of a person who doesn't run away from fear. Slowly, quietly, identity updates. It might not be dramatic at first, but over time, these small pieces of evidence build up into an entirely new sense of self. This is why fear is so important. Fear shows you the edge of your current identity. Decision pushes you beyond it. Action creates evidence. Evidence reshapes identity, and once identity changes, decisions become effortless. You no longer have to force yourself to act. You act because it feels aligned, natural, and inevitable. This is the deepest level of change, not changing what you want, but changing who you see yourself as. So ask yourself this: what kind of a person would naturally live the life I want? What beliefs, habits, and standards would they hold? How would they respond to setbacks, opportunities, or uncertainty? Because the moment you begin acting as that person, even before you fully believe it, your decisions will start to change on their own. You will find yourself choosing behaviors that once felt impossible, simply because they now feel consistent with your evolving identity. And when identity shifts, change is no longer temporary. It becomes who you are. You don't have to rely on willpower or motivation because your actions are now an expression of your true self. Instead of fighting against your old patterns, you create new ones that feel just as natural as breathing. This is why lasting transformation always starts from within. The external results are just the echo of an internal shift. Think about any major change you've made in your life: quitting a bad habit, starting a new project, becoming a better friend or partner. At some point, you stopped seeing yourself as the old version and began to embody the new one. The evidence you collected along the way, each small victory, each moment of courage, was the proof your mind needed to believe, this is who I am now. So if you want to create real lasting change, don't just focus on what you do, focus on who you are becoming. Let your actions be driven by the identity of the person you wish to be. And remember, every choice, no matter how small, is a vote for the kind of a person you are becoming. Collect enough votes and your identity will shift. When that happens, change isn't something you have to force, it's who you are.